Morning, Tom. Thank you for joining us. Great catching up with you. Tell us a bit about yourself, a bit about Zacato. What's going on?
Zacato's a world-renowned brand. We've been around for 15 years, and really we're all based on the whole story of Zacato is quality. Quality of light, quality of technology, quality of engineering. I'm the Vice President of Worldwide Sales for Zacato, and we are finding that the reception to the brand name has always been open arms and well received.
Yeah, fantastic. And it was really interesting to hear earlier you were telling us a little bit about the digital world and digital twins and how that all works. And that fits really nicely into the themes of Light Middle East this year, future and seamless integration, future sustainable lighting and innovative lighting design. Certainly sounds very innovative. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that.
So when we started our control system, we based it on Bluetooth and wireless technology. And we did that because we found ourselves going back into establishments and places of worship and very old buildings, very prestigious buildings. And they didn't want a lot of cable running through there. So our thought was, let's do it wirelessly and let's make it the best wireless system that's in the marketplace. And then as it has evolved and things have changed over the time, we're now finding that the ability to be able to remotely do things, to create digital twins of the building, to be able to do everything in that digitally and then transform it into the physical space is something that architects and designers are looking for because they give them more control over their building. And it also allows them to bring in other elements of the building, not just the lighting. So we're talking about HVAC and we're talking about other elements, security, things like that, that allows the controls to do that. And then you layer in all the other items that we bring with the control package, such as temperature control, humidity control, occupancy, all of those things, you tie it in, and now you've got a really unique system that allows a lot of flexibility and freedom to the designers and the architects. Ultimately, that gets passes down to the owner, which results in a unique experience for the visitors inside that environment, as well as cost savings for energy and other items.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously now we're all waking up after the COVID pandemic. Things are opening up. Has that time when we were in hibernation, more or less, changed the way that we might, maybe you did things or thought about things, maybe the way you deliver products and services? So
what we learned to do, obviously, was a lot of Zoom meetings, and I think everyone learned how to do that, right? Yeah. And as things open up now, we're realizing that the ability to interact face-to-face with folks is very important, especially when you're dealing with a product that bases itself on quality, and especially lighting quality, because the way a light on a TV screen does not look anywhere near as good as a light in person to somebody when you can demonstrate what it does on whatever they're trying to illuminate, whether it's skin, artifacts, or paintings. It's very important that you're in front of somebody explaining this to them. Education is a key. Zacato is all about education. Zacato's always about technology, and then really the important part is educating them. And there's only so much education that we could have done during COVID. So it's fortunate things are opening back up, and we're also very fortunate that the message is resonating with our clients.
Yeah. Now, one of such new ways of working that has come out of the COVID pandemic has been the creation of the virtual lighting design community, which you recently learned about, and that has allowed us to still bring the lighting community and all those in that world together to still share innovation, to be in touch at a time when travel was restricted and we didn't have these amazing fairs to go to, which is still very important to have that high touch element of it. Do you think that's a very important thing to have done at a time, and do you see value in that?
Oh, I absolutely see value in it, and the reason you see value in it is because I mentioned it in the last question, is about education. Education you can do virtually. You can get in front of people and you can tell them about what's new. Now, of course, they're going to want to see it, but the point is that we're bringing the technology, we're bringing the information to the folks, and you can do that virtually, and you disseminate the information more broadly. and therefore you get the news out there, and then people start doing the talk and start understanding what's going on, and then you can bring the technology to the people in person to really show them how it works, because a lot of what we're doing we can show them virtually via computer, and they can get very excited. The people that have come to this booth to look at our digital twin and our programming, remote commissioning, all of that are like, nobody is doing that. Tell us how you're doing it. And so we can show them that virtually. Then we can get their interest, and then we can go out there and we can work with them to show them how they can implement that.
And that really closes sort of that feedback loop as well, back again.
Right.
Yeah.
And then of course the other side of it is the sharing that they bring to us.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's not all about us throwing information out, it's about us receiving information and then acting on it, because we're only as good as the community, because if we don't provide what the community is asking for, then we don't have a really good solution. So the community stays together in those virtual environments and shares so that we bring the right products and the right services to the end user.
Are there, just in closing, are there any maybe aspirations or inspirations that maybe we might be able to get a sneak peek of looking into the future?
Well, I think the future is in the digital twin area that we're developing, right? I think that once we're able to really get that into the marketplace, I think it'll be the go-to from commissioning. I think you'll be able to do a lot of things remotely and get things done in a way that the end user is very happy with, right? No waiting for in-person commissioning, no downtime, no failures that can't be acted on. So I think that's the sneak peek, right? That's the secret sauce that we don't give away, but we are working towards that, again, with the goal to make sure that the end user has the best experience, and that everyone in the middle is not bogged down with a lot of work to do.
I'm looking forward to learning a lot more about that in the time to come. Tom, thank you very much for joining us, and success for the rest of the fair.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.